Scrappy peeps, I thought I would pop in and give you a look at my scrap space. This is something that has been requested by so many of you for a very long time. It seems like everybody says that in their Scrappy tour video. I think because we take so long as YouTubers to actually do it, and people keep asking, you know, when are you gonna do it? When are you gonna do it? And then we finally do it. So anyway, there is some truth to that. People do request it a lot. So anyway, I'm gonna show you around my scrap space. I'm gonna do this kind of a vlog style, sort of, kind of very informal, to show you what I have in my space. I consider my scrap space to be a working studio. So it's not perfect. I don't have the perfect organization systems. I just have stuff that works for me. It's not super decorative, not the way that I want it to be. We had plans to move this summer. That is still the plan. So if that happens, that's great. If not, then I'll just continue to decorate this spot. Anyway, so I'm going to show you around how I organize stuff and how I work. The only space that I won't show you is my craft closet because it's a hot mess right now. But you will see that next week because I'm doing this really cool challenge. You can head on over to the Victoria Marie blog this Friday. It'll have all the details on the Victoria Marie Spring Clean Challenge. I'm going to tackle that closet coming up. So let me give you a look around my scrappy space and where I love to work and play. All right, so this is my space, just kind of a global view of that, where I work and where I play. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the individual spaces here in my scrapbook studio. All right, so I'll start here in my Razzcog. Here's the door. And over here, I just have my beautiful teal Razzcog, which you can't get it in this color anymore. You can, however, get a color similar to this, but a smaller scale card at Michael's. They sell one through their new little scrappy, crafty organization line. I forget, I think it's like create with an 8 in it. I believe that's how it is. Anyway, so got that from IKEA. These two little baskets here are also from IKEA, and I didn't purchase this to go with the cart. These are just leftovers for some things I used to organize for my daughter in her room. But as you can see, it's filled to the brim with mixed media stuff, and I in fact need a new organization system for all my mixed media things because this is not as functional as I want it to be, but it's all there, it's organized. Maybe I just need to buy a new cart. That's an excuse for me to go to IKEA. All right, so now I'm gonna span on over to this area of my crafty space. As I mentioned, this is the main part where I do my creating. Now, I will say that mostly everything that I own that I use for a project is all in this area right here, all of it. From my paper to my embellishments, everything is right here. And most of the stuff in my craft closet, which is a hot mess, is a lot of old organization bins or things that are not craft related, that type of thing. But I try to keep everything that I use in one central area, and I try to use up everything that I buy. So I have the little paper stack here, and then of course I have my tripod that I keep out that I occasionally set up for filming. Then of course in these little cubes centers here, I have various different items, which I'll get into in a minute. But here on top, I have the storage bin that I picked up from Home Goods a few months ago, and it's a nice little rustic gold bin. I love that, and I keep all of my thickers in there. It was perfect. I was looking for a tall basket that would fit my thickers. I have my stamps that are organized in this container that I got from the Container Store probably about 3 or 4 years ago. And I have a variety of stamps. I just went through and purged all my stamps. These are all the stamps that I own. So if I don't have them pulled and in a kit, then they are here. And I use these little plastic organizing folders from the Container Store as well. I think they're like $2 each. And I just organize my stamps by theme. I'm actually getting ready to do this whole organization system over because I want to use the Avery L folders or envelopes like the ones that the Felicity Jane stamps come in for all of my stamps. So I'm going to use these little organizing folders for something else. Next to it is this little bin that I got from Target in the dollar spot, which I absolutely love. This was only $3. It does have a space for you to put a label here, but I keep all my 6x6 paper pads in this cute little mint green bin. I don't think they have these currently. I bought this last year, but they always have something in the dollar spot. So make sure you check that out. Okay, so here on this side, I have this acrylic bin, which I intended to use for all of my pocketed cards, but I went through and I purged them all, so I don't have many left. I just have this little stack here and some little cut aparts. But right now, this is just temporary storage for new things that I buy, small things. So I had an order come in late last year from LE Studio, And I just set that stuff right there so I know that I need to use it. But when I get more pocket scrapbooking cards, then I will put all the pocket scrapbooking cards here. Here is my December, not my December daily, but my Project Life album that I have yet to work in. But you know, it is what it is. So that's what I have on top of my little cube shelf. I'm going to span up just a little bit. I have 2 shelves that go across my desk, and I put them down low because I'm only 5'1" and I'm short. So I need to reach my stuff. But I have some decorative things and some photos. Look at my little punky boo-boo. Oh, that's when she was like 3. So cute. This little elephant, I know people will probably ask, I got this from Hobby Lobby. Isn't he cute? Love it. And then, of course, here's my Rory. Hi, Rory. Love that. Okay, I need to get Lorelai and Suki to complete my little pop collection. So cute. Alrighty, so over here, just some more decorative elements. I have a bin for stuff. So anything that I have that I'm working on and have little bits left, then I put it in my stuff bin, and so I can reach for it when I'm working on projects. I have this little letter holder here that I keep card stuff in, just like thank you cards. I've got an assortment of art journals and my traveler's journals all stacked up there so I can reach for them and work out of those. And then I have this acrylic piece here. These are 2 sets of drawers. And so you get 1 set with 2 drawers and so forth. And I put all my washi tape in there. I just recently did this. All of my washi tape was right here in this bin. Emptied that out. Put it in here. I'm going to probably turn them around so I can see the colors a little bit better. But anyway, this is my washi storage. So all I have to do is just pull out the drawer. And the drawer comes completely out. I got this from a store called At Home, which used to be Garden Ridge. So if you have a Garden Ridge in your area or an at home, this is where I got this at. And I believe this unit was like 20 bucks for each of them. So I paid like 40 bucks. But anyway, I'm sure you could probably find them cheaper elsewhere, but I just saw them and I grabbed them. So my washi tape all organized. I try to organize it by color as much as I can. And then when I'm done with this little bin, I can just stick it right back in here. And it's nice and organized. And I have an empty one so I can have room to grow. And then on top of there is a nice little owl, because I love owls. And I got this for my birthday about 2 or 3 years ago. Aubrey got that for me from Etsy. All right, so let's come back down to the cube system. I've had these cubes for, going on 4 years. And they've moved a lot and they haven't really held up all that well. But I'm hanging on to them because I'm too cheap to replace them. I will eventually have to do that. So let's talk about what's in these cubes. So over here, I have a drawer for adhesives. So these are just extra adhesives and other tools and things that I don't use. I have some thread, various adhesives, some beads and things that I use to make charms for my art journals. I have some score tape, some extra glue gun material, that type of thing. This was all nice and neat. I think Corinne's been in my drawer. Okay, these 3 cubes here house my punches. I don't have a ton of punches. I just keep the ones that I use often and the ones that I love. So here's some punches down here, various manufacturers, and here's the rest of my punches. And my motto with punches is if they don't fit in these drawers, then I don't need them. I used to have them organized on one of these little IKEA racks here, and I might go back to that, but since I purged them, I found that I didn't need to do that. So they will stay here in the drawer. I also have a drawer for all of my scraps, and if the drawer gets filled up, then that means that I need to use it. And so it's at the point now where it's kind of filled up, but I also keep tissue paper that I use as fodder for my collage work, for my mixed media and my art journal. So a whole lot of this extra scrappy paper that I use for a lot of different purposes, not just for scrapbooking. And of course, Corinne can dig in this as well when she's looking for something. Then I have a drawer just for extra tools and stuff. In fact, I was just in this the other day, so it kind of needs to be reorganized just a tiny bit. So I have just extra glue guns. I have some wheels that go to some unit. I don't remember what it is. I'm hiding Corinne's glitter because, you know, she's 7. Extra journaling pens, some sequin. I have a Stamp-A-Majig that I got from Stampin' Up! And then some extra enforcers for projects that I work on. And some gift bags that I just kind of slipped in here recently when I was working on stuff for Corinne's birthday party. Then down here, just some more spill off. I have some card making materials, some popsicle sticks for various things, because when you have a kid, you're always doing something with popsicle sticks. My glue gun that actually works. And then I have these binding coils that I have yet to use. I have a bind it all, and my idea was to make really cute mini albums, and I haven't used them, and they've been sitting there for 2 years, so I probably should use them at some point. Next up is this middle section, and as I alluded to earlier, this is where majority of all my paper storage is. And this is how much paper that I typically have on hand at any given time. I keep my paper stash low because the idea is to use the paper. So right up here I have 8.5 by 11, and then of course my 12 by 12. I have not only white and black and craft cardstock, but I also have watercolor paper and vellum that sits all in here, and it could probably be organized a little bit better, but that's the way it is for right now. Then I have my 12 by 12 papers. I just keep just some simple colors on hand that I use the most of. My pattern paper stash that not only do I use for scrapbooking, but I use it to make interesting backgrounds for my mixed media work. And I'm gonna sit on the floor here just a second. Bear with me. Bear with me. And then I have some paper pads right here, and I don't keep a ton of paper pads. I only keep the ones that I like the most. What is this? Oh, that's a fuzzy. Okay. I only keep the ones that I like the most. I will buy new cubes to incorporate this paper because I found I needed a little bit more colors, and plus these were on sale at Michael's, and I figured, why not? I can have them on hand for both me and Corinne to use. And this middle drawer is where I keep my kits and just extra packaging supplies for my kits. And then there's some memorabilia in the back too. So what I do is I like to store my kits in these plastic baggies that come with the kits that I purchase from kit clubs, and just put everything that I need in that kit in the plastic baggie. And so that way I can reach for it whenever I'm going to a crop or whatnot. So here's an example of a kit that I put together from some old Felicity Jane materials. I just kind of put them all together, and eventually I will use those. Then I also keep some extra packaging, and I found these at that Japanese dollar store I was telling you about. Is that pronounced Daiso? Please correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't want to be wrong. Anyway, so they sell these packages of vinyl storage bags in a variety of different sizes, which is super cool and is very inexpensive. They're great quality, and I use these to package up embellishments and things that then will go into my kits. So the larger bags, and then down here somewhere I have some smaller bags. They also sell them in a set. So not bad, right? Not bad. So all of my kits go right in here. Some are themed, so I have a birthday kit. If you took my Make the Kit course, then you would have noticed I have my checklist. Yes, I do use my checklist from my classes that lets me know what I have in my kit. So if you haven't seen this, if you haven't checked out my Make the Kit course, check it out. I'll post a link below. And let's see, what else? I have some Amy Tangerine stuff that's left over that I don't want to incorporate in my stash just yet. And then some old Hip Kit stuff. I think maybe I've used up all my kits. I think so. So I need to make new kits. And then I have space for more kits to come, and then some extra packaging right here in the back. All right, so in this next drawer, this guy is broken. Can you see he's cracked? Oh, it's so bad. And I'm going to try to attempt to pull him out. This one keeps all of my 12 by 12 sticker sheets and then extra thickers fonts that I don't have stored in this bin. I need to just break down and buy another drawer. And then the middle thing that goes here, it like fell off, so it's not holding it all in place. But you work with what you have. Okay, so sticker sheets are right here. Variety of manufacturers. Here's an envelope that, or folder that I had to Jimmy rig back together. I'm so cheap. I just need to buy something. Buy a new one. All right, so more sticker sheets, some letter fonts and such. These are all sticker sheets that I love so much and I don't want to part with, and I use them as much as I possibly can. So there we go. Got some font stickers, and then I have my thickers in the back here. All right, so let's move on up to this drawer set here. So I'm gonna pull out this drawer. This houses all of my loose thickers, or not thickers, but letter fonts, and my smaller letter fonts. So I have these little tiled letter fonts here. I just keep them in the original packaging and put them right here. And then I have my tiny little fonts that I have organized. So I can just thumb through these and find what I need. And then in this top drawer, I have a bunch of my embellishments and stickers. Let me stand up. Now, this is not my ideal way that I want to organize this because it is kind of hard to see what all I have on hand, but at least it's all contained in one area. So if it's not in a kit that I have made, then it's all in this drawer, and this is all that I have. So like this front area, I've got some extra labels and some little enamel dots and such. Some clear stickers, transparent stickers, some rub-ons I try to keep in this little section. I try to keep in some semblance of organization. Got these little tiny bags here. I also have some chipboard die cuts and various different die cut packs. Some tags here to this side. And then towards the back, I have some puffy stickers and labels and just all kinds of embellishments that I can just thumb through. All right, so let's take a look real quickly at the top of my desk here. Love my little sign. I make me happy. Got a new rotating caddy that I purchased at Michael's. I used to have a white one, but my little one inherited that, so I bought this really cute turquoise aqua color one, and it's gorgeous. And I have a variety of different tools in this caddy, from some mixed media tools to my crocodile to my tiny attacher, hole puncher, and then some other tools that I reach for, like my bone folder and my cutting knife and that type of thing. So I have a couple of bins here, one for pens that I use for journaling. And so I got this little container from the Dollar Spot. I think this was last year. And they are always selling something really cute like this in the Dollar Spot at Target. Oh, my wall is marked up. I need to fix that. Okay, anyway, so I got this cute little ceramic owl. That was purchased from Michael's, and I keep all my scissors in there. A nice little ceramic dish that if I'm working with little bits and pieces, I can just stick it right in this dish. I got that from Michael's. This little container here is actually from Bath & Body Works, and it's meant to use to hold soaps and such, but I got this at a consignment shop called Twice as Nice. And I thought, hey, I can use it in some way. So I use it to house my pens that I use for journaling and other purposes. I got this cute little bin from the Daiso. I hope I'm pronouncing that right again. Japanese dollar store. And I just keep markers and things that I use when I'm working on my art journal. And that just kind of tucks right there. I have a love of pens and markers that will never go away. Then above all of that are these two racks that I purchased from IKEA. You can get the brackets and the different bins. There's different types and different styles, so you can customize it to fit your space and your style. So here up top, I have this little container, and it went to an office set that I used when I worked outside of the home, but I decided to use it to hold my twine as well as my jute. I have a hole punch that punches through chipboard. My December daily that I haven't touched since December, and that's kind of a lost cause right now, but I'll come back to that. But I keep it there to remind me to do it. And then I have these cute little notebooks that I purchased. They're Amy Tangerine notebooks that I'm going to use for a little project here pretty soon. But those are there to remind me to use it. Normally I would have something else sitting here, but I wanted to put those two things to remind me to get them done. Then here in the bottom rack, I have some smaller wood mount stamps that I use very frequently, mostly in my planner, as well as my traveler's journal. I have this large stamp, as well as my Xyron sticker maker. And then I have these little, what do you call these? I forgot what they're called, but you can use them to trim up your photo. So photo trimmer guides. And then in the back of that, let me see if I can move it. And I have these clipped on just a little ring. And then the back of that is my index card a day cards that I was working on for a while. So I need to get back to that, hopefully soon. All right, so let me spin on over here. So over here in this section, you may have seen on my YouTube channel a video of me doing a review of these two products. These are by Totally Tiffany, and they're organization stations. I think they're called like an organization stadium. I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, they have a variety of different styles, and these are some of their more popular ones. I believe it was also very new to their product line. But check out my YouTube channel for more information about these. And I'll also post a link below about Totally Tiffany products. But this one houses my tools that I reach for often. So I have my roll-a-date stamps and my adhesives and my ink pads and different adhesives that are liquid adhesives, as well as my tape adhesive. I've got an extra roll of white thread for sewing and stitching. And then I have some little ink daubers there that I use with my distress inks. I also have some whiteout because I do whiteout on my scrapbook pages because I don't care. If I make a mistake, I'm gonna white it out and it's okay. Then here on this side, I have my smaller ink pads. So my dewdrops, I also have some little glitter products. I have pigment inks, and I also have glitter. I keep my heat tool to the side of this. It's all plugged up and ready to go. So all I have to do is just pull it out and use it. And then next to my lamp here, I have this little box that I purchased from the Target Dollar Spot. I'm telling you, they have the best stuff. Was it Target or was this Michael's? I want to say this was Target, but I can't remember. It was either Target or Michael in one of their impulse areas. Anyway, I keep my acrylic blocks in this case here. And so when I'm stamping, all I have to do is reach from. I probably should clean them too. Post below, what's the best way to clean your acrylic blocks? Somebody told me to use one of those Mr. Clean scrubby pads, but if you have a way of cleaning your acrylic blocks, post it below. I'd love to know. All right, so now I'm going to span up here, and I've got my embellishment center. Here at the top, I have my wood mount stamps, and that's pretty much all of my wood mount stamp organization. And I use these a lot in my mixed media and art journal projects. I also have a little container of little tiled letter stamps here. My collection of high shine that I keep right here because I use it for scrapbooking and mixed media, so I just decided to keep it all right there. Why the labels are turned around, I'm not sure. Anyway, I've got some embossing powder here in this section. Some more wood mount stamps. This one's by Amy Tangerine. Both sets, there's 2 there. I've got these little bins that I purchased at the Target dollar spot about 2 years ago or so. These are my extra roll-a-date stamps and my extra pins. I have this empty bin that used to house my washi tape. Something else will go in that later, I just don't know what. I have some ink pads. I like using the mini ink pads by Tim Holtz because of course you see they don't take up much storage. And then I have this extra bin that's actually empty, so I have room to grow. And then I have some regular ink pads, some dewdrops and stickles. And then I also have some ink pads from Stampin' Up. So there's my embellishment center. All right, so going from my embellishment center over here to the other part of my desk, I have a brand new Singer Tradition sewing machine that I got from Joann's. Her name is Betsy, and she and I have been having a blast. Very good, economical, high quality sewing machine, so I highly recommend that. And then of course I have my Typecast typewriter. Next to that, I have this bookshelf that used to be in my office when I worked outside the home, but I brought it home to repurpose it. And of course I have my printer that doesn't work. I need to buy a new printer. I have my Polaroid Mink printer that I use a lot of times printing photos for my art journals. And of course I have my Canon Selfie, which I'm going to replace with a Picturemate Charm in the next 6 months or so. I keep printer paper right over here that looks like Corinne's been in that because she uses a ton of our printer paper for drawing. So I keep regular printer paper here. I keep regular cardstock here because I'm always printing or doing something with white cardstock. And then this little bin, this little letter bin that this is housed in matches that little pencil case that's right over there. And that used to sit in my office when I worked outside the home, so I repurposed that for this paper. I have some albums just kind of hanging out that I need to return to my mom's house. Here's the other part of that little desk organization system, and I keep some extra planner things and some pencil pouches there as well. My little library of scrappy goodness, some old magazines from back in the day that I like to keep, as well as my coloring books, my project planner, my big art journal, and then some other books about crafting and that type of thing. And then I also like to keep my old planners as well. Not sure why this is sitting here. I need to incorporate that somewhere. And then I have these 2 bins here. This keeps old pads, like notepads and stuff. And then this keeps my printer ink. And then all right, so spanning over to the other side of my room, I'm going to go through this pretty quickly because there's really nothing exciting over in this area other than my desk. And of course my layouts that I need to put in the empty albums that are housed right here in my cube system. But I will show you this area, and that'll end our scrap room tour. So up here are 2 canvases that I made. I did some collage work on this canvas. I'm really proud of that one. And then I did some painting with acrylic paint. I'm just kind of, you know, learning this new art, and I absolutely love it. And I've got other canvases that I'm working on as well. And then down here, I have a couple of tools. I have my Silhouette Cameo, and then I have my Big Shot die cutting machine. Now, here's the deal, because I know people are going to ask me about this. These desk covers I made probably about 4 years ago. I found a pattern off of the internet, and I can't remember who it was from, but I just I printed and cut out the pattern and measured everything, and then I did a rough stitch using my Genome Sew Mini. And it's really horrible sewing, but it covers my machine. I am not an expert sewer, so please do not ask me, you know, major technical sewing questions because I don't know. I just kind of did this on a whim, and it worked out for me. But I did make these little flowers that are on the covers from felt. So I just, you know, rough cut circles, and then I embellished them with things that were in my stash at the time, and then I added a little bitty sparkle dot there. So anyway, that's how I made those. And I have another one here I did not have a pattern for, and I can't remember where I found them at. I just Googled online a dust cover pattern for silhouette cameo, and then it brought me to someone's blog. Okay, and then this one I just kind of made up of my own creation to cover up my Big Shot. And then over here in the corner, I have this cute little bin. This is from Target as well, the dollar spot. I think these were out last spring, if I remember. And I purchased like 3 of them. I love them. And I keep my embossing folders in here. I don't have many, but it made sense to keep them next to my Big Shot machine. And then, of course, the rest of the cube houses my scrapbook albums, many of which are not even full. Because, as you can see, I have to add my layouts to the albums, and I've got more layouts too that I need to add. So yeah, I have a variety of different albums here, and then just a couple little tools, this little pencil caddy that I need to use and set up somewhere, and then I have some stencil paper that I want to use with my silhouette cameo to make my own stencils for art journaling and scrapbooking and all that good stuff. And then over here in the corner in the entrance of my scrap room, I keep extra canvases. I also keep some foam board, and that's what I use to take pictures of my layouts on. And then I have some poster board, some decorative poster board that I purchased from Hobby Lobby that I also use to take pictures of my layouts and such. So that just stays right here because I don't have anywhere to put it right now. And I imagine it'll probably get relocated to my craft closet once I get that all organized. And before I forget, underneath my desk is some storage as well. And this is not the most organized space in my craft room, but it's functional and it works for me. So my trash can, I also have this little trash can from the Target dollar spot that I use to put my craft mat as well as my cutters, paper cutters. And then I have some extra Project Life and some other stuff here on the side. The pedal for my sewing machine. Oh goodness, I just noticed that. That's Corinne. I'm never getting my deposit back on this apartment. So underneath my desk, I have this little organization station here. And what it is are these iris cases, and they're filled with kits that I'm currently working on. So once I'm done using up as much as I can, and then it gets incorporated here or here. I also have an iris case that I keep mixed media fodder in, as well as stencils. And then I have my Christmas stuff that I keep right there pretty regularly because I'm still, you know, supposedly working on my December daily. I also have these iris cases that are actually photo organizers, and I keep embellishments and things there. Some projects I'm working on. This little area right here, I keep mementos in. That is a Recollections little cube thing. And then I just have this plastic cube that I keep a bunch of my page protectors in. And then just some extra materials. This is for my daughter's party. I'm going to use those paper plates for my mixed media. And then I have some wood veneer storage and then some Project Life kits that I've got stored there. So nothing fancy, just houses some things that I need. So there is my craft space in all of its glory. It's not fancy. It's not perfect, but it works for me. Now, I know that some of you are probably asking, where did I get some of this furniture? Again, I got this cube set from from Target, Raskog from IKEA. My desk are from IKEA. That chair is from Home Depot years ago. The bookshelf is from Target as well. All of this here is from IKEA, including the chair. Michael's, the Recollections brand, and the shelving is also from IKEA. This embellishment center is from Michael's as well. All right, guys, that's it in a nutshell. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.